Well, happy snowy Sunday. It is coming down outside. It snowed a lot last night and then it rained this morning, and now the temperature is dropping and everything is freezing over, and it is not a good day to be out and about. So I am in. I did share in my prior video today some of our halfway report totals. For me, the best thing I can do right now is just continue to work on the pile. I had hoped to spread the videos out a little bit, but the weather's just not conducive to getting outside, so I'll just have to keep posting and keep working on the mess. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. This is a Hewlett-Packard computer. It runs Windows 7. I know, it's upside down, I know. It's old. It says it has an AMD chip in it. We'll see. See if I can get this up so you guys can see. Several of my viewers asked that I film this way. I'm glad to do it. You guys can let me know in the comments how the visibility is. I thought it was better the other way, but I work for you guys, okay? So whatever you want me to do, I'll do. Alright, well, let's dig in. Hewlett-Packard PC. PCs are the easiest thing to scrap and probably some of the best value, unless you get one that's a real nothing burger and it just doesn't have anything in it. And I've gotten a few of those. Your ideal value is going to be having a slot card, having some RAM, and having a good motherboard in it. Then you'll get some value out of it. My cart is full of scrap, but there's no way. I can't even imagine being able to get to the yard tomorrow. I did get most of the stuff into the house yesterday, so I'd be able to continue working on it. I may wind up doing some micro scrapping. Maybe go down and work on those heat sinks or something. Just not sure right now. Supposed to go out to lunch with my family, but the weather is just not conducive to it. And I'm really, I am sorry, but I'm not really, because when I just stepped outside, it's really, really cold, and it got really slushy, and that's going to just make things a skating rink. You know what? Nothing's worth that. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this. You've heard me talk about SATA connections on the hard drive videos. So this is a SATA connection. It says SATA on the front of this board, and a non-SATA connection would have a big long ribbon wire. It would have pinned ribbon wire like this. It's rapidly becoming my favorite tool. You know what? Let me try. Let me get these wires out of my way so I have room to work. This is, again, if you take a peek at my worksheets from my scrap runs this week, you will see that the this low-grade wire was paying 53 cents a pound. So you definitely want to harvest the wire. That's some of your best value in the computer. There's not always a lot of wire in the servers. The power supplies plug into a backplane board, so there's not really a lot of wire. Try to get all this out of the way. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice. My yard doesn't require me to cut these off. Some yards do, so you might want to check with your yard. So this is the jumper cable. I wish there was a tool with a longer handle and this size nipper. I'm gonna look for one. I don't know if there is or not, but it's a real pain in the neck to get at some of this stuff. Of course, it's not intended to be destroyed either, so. Okay. See? SATA. The RAM. So this is regular, non-shielded RAM. It doesn't have the copper heatsink on it. Two gigabytes. I don't know how old this computer is. If it's running Windows 7, it's pretty old. The servers often have dates on the inside as to when it was actually made. I don't really run into that very often on PCs. A nice, slot card in here. Now to get this off, to get the slot card out, I'm going to have to unscrew this outside bracket. There's a bracket on the outside of the computer, and you have to undo that to pull in order to pull the slot cards out. This one was given to me locally by somebody who knows I scrap computers. I'm also going to unscrew the screws that hold the power supply to the outside frame. I'm going to do those now as well. See if I can turn this a little bit so you can see. So I'll get these guys out over here. I do know I need to do something better with the video camera or some such thing. I haven't really explored that yet. Although I did hit 100 subscribers today, by the way. Thank you very much. That's pretty amazing for something I've only been doing for a couple of weeks. I'm having some fun with it. I enjoy it. Gives me something to do over a lonely, long, cold winter. Summertime. You won't see me. I'll be in the water somewhere. I love summertime. I love the beach. I like being outside. But it's all good. Okay. I just have one more screw to get out from here. I took a little break from the servers. I was getting really tired of them. I'm not tired of the money I'm making off them, but I got a little tired of scrapping them, so I took a little break from that. I expected to spend today socializing, but the weather's just not gonna, nothing's worth getting hurt over. And they're talking about another big storm for Thursday. I live in Connecticut, and we have had probably one of the most active weather pattern winters that I've seen in a long time. I think we're all spoiled. Try to get in here and get at this wire. Let's see, you don't want to waste wire. I said I did get a lot of stuff out into the car yesterday, and I did get over to my storage bin and sort a lot of the e-scraps, so at least it's not in the house. Okay. So there's a tab right here. I'm going to push that down. And this should, everything is a should, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should be able to work this free without too much trouble. Unless I missed a screw, and I don't think I did. My hands are not always the best. I really, I struggle with the cold weather. My hands do not work well in it. Sure, let's embarrass me on camera here, just because I can. Chopsticks! Okay, I'm not going to fuss with that. I'll try again when I get the board out of the way. It shouldn't be hard to get out. Get this guy out. Remember, guys, e-scrap is very, very sharp. You really can cut yourself. I should be wearing gloves. So I will, this should just snip. I'll take the bracket off. I'll take the heatsink off. I'll take the bracket off. That'll get sold as a Goldfinger card. No heatsink, no bracket. Now, you could just sell it as is with heatsink and bracket. You're going to get a lot less money for it, though. When it comes to e-scrap, you gotta get all the value you can. You just have to. I was listening to E-Waste Mike the other day, and he's packing it in as far as being a full-time scrapper, and I don't blame him. It's just not, there is not a lot of profit in this. Unless you really can get access, you're an IT person, or you know an IT person. There's really just not a lot of profit in this for the average scrapper. Let's see. There's a, there are two ports back here. I'm going to have to get off before I can remove the board. Do that now. I need a small Phillips head screwdriver. So what's it doing in your part of the country? You guys getting a lot of snow? You guys in Florida are getting a lot of sunshine. I can see that from E-Waste Jeff's channel. E-Waste Jeff, non-ferrous Jeff. That's gonna be a bugger to get off. Okay. There's a lot of extra weight on this board. I probably will see if I can wiggle some of this off. I don't think I can. I think it's soldered to the board. Definitely will get this off, and I'll get this bracket off for sure. Okay. Get this guy off. I have a lot of these down in the basement to process. I might do that today. Try to get at the try to clean the fans off, the plastic fans, and see if I can maybe get a bin of clean aluminum to sell. I've got a ton of copper aluminum heat sinks down there to do too, but I don't like to cut copper, especially in the house. You can really get sick from it, and it smells awful. So that really has to wait till we get a much nicer day than today is. This stuff freezes. It's going to take a week to thaw out, and then if we get another storm on Thursday, like they say, yeah, we're in for it. Okay, this is an AMD socket. So AMD green motherboard. AMD 2009 Phenom 2. Wow. Hard to believe that something like this just sells for scrap rubbish, and back in the day they were worth, so much money. These are really good for gold recovery though. It's pinned, which is why there's not a lot of metal here. That is in a category unto itself. AMD boards. AMD boards are usually completely, there's no hole in it, and you get a chip like this out of it. This will probably sell, and I do have a note into BoardSort about a couple of the vintage chips we found together last week to see if they might categorize elsewhere. For all practical purposes, this will be a metal pinned CPU, metal back pinned gold pin CPU. Okay, this off. Again, I'll take this off. Pretty sure, I don't see any copper inside. Pretty sure this would be a nice aluminum heatsink. I'll take this off. I'll get this bracket off. I've taken the battery out, and that's really pretty much it for this. You could nip a little bit of copper if you wanted to. That's up to you. I did get this bracket off, by the way, because I just added a lot of weight. And you can get the Wi-Fi card, actually. Those are in a category of their own, too. Probably need about 1 million of them, but So these are Wi-Fi cards, and they do have their own category on board sort. You just need a lot of them. Okay, well, that's it for this one, I think. They do ask you to take the brackets off, which I don't really mind doing. Brackets, heat sinks. That's a bracket. Let's see what's under it just for fun. You can snip these right here. So it's got a nice, some type of silicone chip. Don't try to take these off. Number one, it's not fair to your buyer. And number two, they're just going to shred. They're not going to come off the board cleanly. And, yeah, they're just really not worth going after. I wouldn't. I don't. Okay. That's going to go in with Irony Light because it's got steel going through it. There'll be a little bit of magnetism to it. That'll go in with my dirty aluminum. Okay, AMD, green motherboard. See you on the next one. Oh, power supply, no wires. And there is a, I forgot to tell you, there is a hard drive down here. Don't think I'm going to be able to get it off without a big fuss. And again, my hands just are not good enough to deal with a lot of this today. So somehow I'll get a hard drive out of there and I'll get that power supply off. Not bad. Stay wonderful. God bless. Mwah.